Process for you with songwriting? Does it start with a melody for you, or do you hear a lyric and then how does it work?
What I tend to do, I do tend to find a kind of chord progression and sort of loop things around and just try and get a feel, just a nice feel, a nice chord progression. Then I sort of can hear different melodies in my head.
Yeah.
So the lyrics sort of are probably the last thing. So I see what the mood of what I'm playing first, and if I get a certain type of mood, I might just ramble a load of random lyrics off the top of my head, along with melodies. And I'm always trying to work my music around strong vocal melodies. Really, that's what I sort of prioritise within my songs. Really.
So you'll use any lyrics at that time to get the melody down, and then later finalise your lyrics.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll just come out with a load of lyrics off the top of my head, and I'll be like, actually, I'll keep that. And I tend to work on. Sometimes I can just sit there and just try and write a really catchy chorus, and then start building the verses up as long as they're in themed with what I'm writing about.
Yeah.
But then over kind of recent months, I find I've never really naturally gone down and just sort of wrote a poem and then thought I'm going to try and put this into a song. I've always just thought about the melodies and then. Yeah.
What's the strongest part? So it's the catchy
hooks
and the melodies.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I personally, when you hear things like a good song, the melodies is what's always there and strong. If you look at sort of Amy Winehouse and Valerie, or obviously the Zootons, but a good song can be done in different styles and genres, and that's sort of what you really work towards. But
I'm excited to hear your song now.
Oh God.
What's it called? What's the one you've chosen called?
This one's called "You Make Me Feel Good."
What's it about?
It's one of my more recent songs. It's quite an uplifting. It's got quite an uplifting vibe. It's actually about recently got married. So me and my partner, we did kind of long distance from Liverpool to sort of Leicestershire for about 6 months, and it's a bit about that really.
A real honest song.
Yeah, it's a real honest song, and it's kind of bit of cheese, put a bit of cheese in there. But hey, everyone likes a bit of cheese.
Take it away whenever you want.
Alright. 'Cause you make me feel like nobody does, making me feel, baby, so good. 'Cause you make me feel like nobody should, keep you away, baby, from me. God knows it's true that I'm in love with you, but I can't stand to be so many miles away. Since then, things have been changed. They have been rearranged, so we can still be close instead of miles away. 'Cause you make me feel like nobody does, making me feel, baby, so good. 'Cause you make me feel like nobody should, keep you away, baby, from me. I hope you don't mind while I spend all my time and thinking, how did we meet? Oh, down here. Oh, 'cause you make me feel like nobody does, making me feel, baby, so good. 'Cause you make me feel like nobody should, keep you away, baby, from me. When you go away, I miss you till the morning when it's light. 'Cause I know you will be here to live every single day by my side. 'Cause you make me feel like nobody does, making me feel, baby, so good. 'Cause you make me feel like nobody should. Keep you away, baby, from me. 'Cause you make me feel like nobody does. Making me feel so good. 'Cause you're making me feel. 'Cause you're making me feel. 'Cause you're making me feel so good. Oh, cheers.
I'll let you catch your breath. So do you write a lot of songs in different genres?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got all, totally different.
That's a good skill to have.
I think there are reasons behind it, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if I look through kind of my influence over the years and the bands I've been in, I've sort of accommodated what scenario I've been in. But I've always kept the principles of my songwriting all the same, like, you know, the strong melodies and quite dynamic songs, but depends on the mood or the type of song. I used to be in a prog rock band, and some of the songs I do now are actually really poppy songs, but they used to work quite well with my old sort of, you know, quite progressive rock band. But again, I used to find that people didn't really hear the song and they kind of judge the music before listening to the song. Yeah. And as a songwriter, I used to be kind of, you know, I just want people to sort of have a listen and have it so it's the songs that it's most palatable. So which really comes in so is the pop genre. So
it's strange because researching you, I was thinking, here's someone who would just make a perfect songwriter for other people because you write so many different genres, and then I hear your voice and I'm slightly taken aback because there's a very good voice.
Oh, thank you.
What advice would you give to someone just starting out songwriting?
Oh, right. It's a tricky one, really. I mean, I suppose above all, when I look back to myself starting out, I just did it because I enjoyed the challenge. I enjoyed the creativity. Sort of enjoyed the fact that you're kind of accomplishing something. You're working towards. You don't even know what the goals are. You just know, well, I can't really play this guitar, but I want to be able to play the guitar. I want to be able to sit around a campfire and play a few songs. But I suppose as starting out, I think that people have got to enjoy the music, got to enjoy what it is. But later on, I suppose you've got to, I think, being ambitious as well, having a goal where you want to get to is always good to have in the back of a young person's mind as well, to keep driving them on.
Good answer. Is there anyone that's really inspiring you at the moment?
At the moment, yeah, I mean, I love like Ed Sheeran, and I've always been quite. I suppose you look towards people that you sort of could see a bit of, not yourself. I mean, but I've always like looked out and listened for kind of like male solo artists, really. So years ago, I'd be listening to George Michael, and then, you know, Paolo Nutini, James Morrison, Newton Fulton, and now kind of Ed Sheeran. I really, I suppose where he is and the style of music, you know, it's just him and his acoustic guitar, and that's where, you know, I see myself as well. So.
Good answer. And what do you love most about songwriting?
I love the freedom just to be able to create, like produce something. So, you know, whether someone's a painter, they get a pen and draw a picture and put a picture on the wall. That's how I see songs. You've got sort of an instrument, and you've got what's in your own head, and then you can, you know, everyone listens to music, everyone listens to song, everyone's got favourite songs, favourite music, and for me to be able to create something that essentially people, not saying that people like what I do, but people love music, and me creating music is just a massive buzz, and, you know, you never know where it can go, so it's part hobby and part kind of, I wonder if what can come of this. So.